So good morning, good afternoon, students. I'm sorry, it's good afternoon. The paper, what I am asked by your private cell to teach is that political ideology, and this paper, since 2017, I have been teaching to the first semester students. Now, in the past unit of this paper is all about political ideology, meaning, nature, state, individual relationship, then the extent of rights, liberty, equality, social justice, and types of political ideology, right? And I think, to my mind, this sub unit of first unit is slightly, I say it wrong. It's because, in each, and there are so many ideologies, right? And in all ideologies, you will find their own concept of right, their liberty, uh, concept of equality, and social justice, right? So I think uh, you know rights, liberty, equality, and social justice. When we will discuss about various types of political ideology, in that context, I think we will discuss on these concepts, right? So broadly, I will speak on meaning, nature, and types of political ideology, right? And I will definitely try, to make this class very interactive. So the interaction will begin right now, right? Uh, so my question is that, as an individual, you see this world, and you see uh, the realities, right? And uh, but can you, my question is that, can you see that, see the world, or can you say that this is what is the reality all about, right? So this is the truth, this is the reality, and whatever I see, it is also seen by others in a similar or same mode. So can we, now the interaction will start. There is no need to on your video, but you can on your audio, and you can speak to me. Anyone? This is the real problem in the online teaching, right? There is no yes, Diptimai, yes. Diptimai, do you want to speak something?
No, sir.
Okay, I think all these online classes are nothing but a one-man show. So I will stop interacting, right? Otherwise, it is all about losing times, right? uh, the point is that that we cannot see the world, right? uh, when I'm saying that we cannot see the world, it means the world is not definite, right? Different individual, they perceive, they see world in a different way, right? And they try to understand the world in different way also. Their rationality is different. Let me tell you a small story, and that ପାଞ୍ଚଟା ଲୋକ ଯାଇଥିଲେ, ପାଞ୍ଚଟା ଅନ୍ଧ ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି, ସେମାନେ ହାତୀ ପାଖକୁ ଗଲେ। ତାଙ୍କୁ ତ କିଛି ଦେଖାଯାଉନି, କିଏ ହାତୀର ଶୁଣ୍ଢକୁ ଧରିଲା, କିଏ ହାତୀର ପିଠିକୁ ଧରିଲା, କିଏ ହାତୀର ଲାଙ୍ଗୁଡ଼କୁ ଧରିଲା, ଆଉ କିଏ ହାତୀର ଗୋଡ଼କୁ ଧରିଲା। ତ ଯିଏ ଗୋଡ଼କୁ ଧରିଲା ତାକୁ ଲାଗିଲା ହାତୀଟା ଗୋଟେ ଗଛ ଭଳିଆ, जे सुंढ को धरला ताको लगेला हाथीटा गोटे यू नो षंढटा क्या भाया हम गोटे बड़ गोटे गोटे प्लास्टिक पाइप भाया प्लास्टिक न गोटे पाइप भाया आज जी लांगुड़ को धरला ताको लगेला कि हाथी गोटे दौड़ी भाया आज जी पिठी को धरला ताको लगेला कि हाथी गोटे कांथ भाया राइट तो यहाँ गोटे गोटे छोट एग्जांपल ये एग्जांपल आई यू नो आई ट्राई टू give the essence of the limitation of you know human understanding. So in this in an example you know as I mentioned, all 4 or 5 were the blind person. And you know when I'm saying blind, you know sometimes blind means physically you are blind, and sometimes you know you are blind in a very philosophical sense. That means you have eyes but you do not want to see, or you cannot see the reality. To see the reality you need to have certain you know intellect within you. For example, you can take Dhritarashtra. You know Dhritarashtra physically तो अंधा थिला, प्लस से इंटरनली वा फिलोसॉफिकली भी से you know blind थिला, right? So the thing is that you know we have our own limitation, and the way we understand things you know other people they don't understand in that way. And also you know our rationality you know differs from one and from one another, right? Now when you know we try to understand a thing, when we apply you know rationality, when we apply idea, when we apply thinking, right, and to understand a or to understand the world, right, then actually you know we become very much ideological, right? तुम देखिबो from one particular rationality, one particular idea, from one particular thinking, we derive our understanding to understand various nuances of entire world, right? And when we do so, then we become ideological, right? So basically you know ideologies you know they are not singular. Ideologies are you know plural. That means there is no one ideology, there are multiple ideology, you know different people, diverse community, and diverse ideology. And ideologies are you know basically these are you know glasses or lens. For example, जदि तुम्हें गोटे मो भाया जमी मु सफा चश्मा पिंधि, जदि मु सफा चश्मा पिंधि तो मत सब जिन सफा लगे, जदि मु यू नो ब्लैक चश्मा पिंधि तो मत सब यू नो ब्लैक लगे, जदि येलो चश्मा पिंधि मत सब येलो लगे. सो बेसिकली यू नो it depends you know what is your thinking all about, and accordingly you perceive the world, right? And there are intellectual, you know why we call them intellectual and why they are different from the you know common individual, primarily because you know these people they have different specs, they have different lens, and they have the potential to perceive they have potential to perceive the world in different ways, and hence you know they can intellectualize what they perceive and what are the limitation of their perception. That's why they're intellectual. So basically you know as I mentioned first, ideologies are plural in nature, so there is no one ideology, there are multiple ideology. And second, ideologies are you know glasses or lens. Then ideologies are all about you know interpretation, right? So you know a very good sentence you know yesterday I was going through my note, and I found that intellectualization is not all about facts, so it is more than the facts, right? So generally you know in research we collect data, then we interpret it, right? Then we, after interpreting or during interpretation, we try to intellectualize it. And when we intellectualize in our interpretation based on data, then we are going beyond the facts, and we are coming within the purview of ideology. So three things. So ideologies are plural, ideologies are glass or various lenses, then ideology is all about the interpretation. But the question is that uh, should ideology be there, right? Or can we be free from ideology? Or is ideology is good or bad? Again, this is a question I am throwing at you. Is ideology good or bad? Or can we be, or should we be ideological, or we should be ideologically free, or we should be free from ideologies? Now, this is a small question I am throwing at you. Now, I want to know from you. Anyone wants to respond? Dipti, do you want to respond? No, I exactly don't know whether students are there or not, right? Anyone except Dipti? No, very strange. No, I always believe that degree is not a piece of certificate or piece of paper. Degree is all about it's a knowledge. It's a level. You have to achieve that level. Otherwise, the degree will not create a better society or a better system, right? And we all are responsible for this, right? So okay. Uh, we cannot be free from ideology, right? You speak any sentence and you find in some ideology or other, people speak it. Or in other words, we can say that you may not be interested in ideology, but ideologies are interested in you, right? So we cannot be free from ideology. And if you remember, Karl Marx, he has said that philosophers has come to this world to interpret it in various ways. But the point is to change it. So everything is subjected to change. Change is the unchanged rule of the nature. And you cannot be free from ideology. Now, what is your job? Your job is to apply the ideology, apply the good aspect of the ideology, and try to give better interpretation to this world. And why you are giving various interpretation? Because you want to change the system. You want to change the system. System will be changed. Either it will be changed in a correct or right manner, or it will be changed into a wrong manner. It depends on us in which way we want that change to happen. Positive रे चेंज करिबा ना नेगेटिव रे चेंज करिबा. जदि आमे माने पॉजिटिव रे ताकू चेंज न करिबा, ऑटोमेटिकली एटा नेगेटिव रे ही चेंज हे जिबा. For that, I think we must realize the philosopher within us. We must realize the philosopher within us. If you know the philosopher within yourself, then you can guide that change in positive direction. So today we all are trapped by one ideology or other. Whatever you speak, you are trapped by one ideology or other. If you speak this sentence, then people may say that ये कांग्रेस आइडियोलॉजी रहा, ये बीजेपी आइडियोलॉजी रहा, ये लेफ्ट आइडियोलॉजी रहा. Is there any freeness? No, there is no freeness, right? As I just mentioned that there is a philosopher in us, and our job is to realize that there is a philosopher in us, and accordingly, we will drive the change in a positive direction. In that sense, we all are, philosopher. We all are political thinker. Some people, they introduce themselves with that philosopher that is within you. So that's why people like me, they are, sitting here. So somewhere I come to know who is that philosopher within me. So I know who am I. And there is also a philosopher within you. The day you know that philosopher, then your level will go to the higher level, or then you will achieve the next level or higher level, right? So in a sense, we all are political thinkers. We express our opinion, we speak to our mind, we use political ideas and concepts. What are the political ideas and concepts we use? Now we use freedom, we use fairness, we use equality, we use justice, we use rights in our day-to-day life. And all these political concepts, all these are various political concepts or ideas. And when we analyze and interpret these political concepts or ideas, then we use various lenses. And what are the various lenses? For example, we use conservatism, we use liberalism, we use fascism, we use socialism, we use feminism, we use cosmopolitanism. Now these are various ideologies. Every ism is an ideology. Now conservative, they have their own understanding of what is freedom, fairness, what is equality, what is justice, what is right. Liberals, they have their own understanding of all these, political concepts. Now all these are, all these means all conservative, liberal, fascist, socialist, feminist, cosmopolitan, so and so forth. All these are various lenses, or we can say that these are various paradigms or intellectual framework to understand the political world or political concept or ideas, right? Now who is an intellectual? Now an intellectual is a person who understands all these political concepts through all these, means or understanding all the political concepts by all these various paradigm, various intellectual framework. He is an intellectual. खाली गोटे वे रे चिंता करिकी गोटे रेशनल आर्गुमेंट रे पहुंची जीवाटा, I don't think it is intelligence. So an intelligent person always see the truth from the various angle. खाली हाथीर पिठी रे हाथ मारिकी कहबनी कि कांथ हो जाइए हाथीटा कांथ बोली से सब गुड़ा एक्सपीरियंस करिवो सब गुड़ा ऑब्जर्व करिवो वेरियस पैराडाइम वेरियस इंटेलेक्चुअल फ्रेमवर्क को एक्सपीरियंस करिवो जानिवो you will understand it you will experience it then try to speak what is what and what is not what is and what is not. Now when ideology was coined by Tracy D. Tracy in 1796, he used it as science of ideas. And in 19th century, in the writing of Marx, a more enduring meaning was assigned to the term. So who used ideology for the first time? It was D. D. Tracy in 1796. And he defined ideology or used ideology as science of ideas. And when Karl Marx emerged as an intellectual, now ideology as a concept get an enduring meaning. And for Marx, ideology is the idea of ruling class. Ideology is the idea of ruling class. It upholds class system. It perpetuates, exploitation. So ideology means bourgeois ideology. Ideology means it supports the bourgeois class and it exploits the proletariat or the working class. Now, what is this bourgeois class? A bourgeois class is the class which rules the material forces in the society. And at the same time, it rules the intellectual force. So there is a connection of material force and intellectual force. To Marx, the person, the individual who owns the material forces, who owns the means of production, the relation of production, he also owns the intellectual forces. Moreover, I will not go into the Marx. There are so many things I have written, and for that actually you need some kind of basic reading. I'm just avoiding whatever I have written on Marx understanding on ideology, right? So moreover, to Marx, ideology is a closed system of thought which explain or which claims monopoly of truth and refuses the opposing ideas and rival belief, right? So जतबेले मार्क्स आसीगले सीए तांकर जो पॉलिटिकल फिलॉसफी रे he gave ideology or he added something to the meaning of ideology. Now if you go through the work of Karl Marx, then you will find that to him ideology means it is a bourgeois ideology. Ideology means it is a class ideology. Ideology means it is a exploitation to the, you know, have not class. So overall, you know, Marx perceives ideology as a closed system of thought. So when you are ideological, then you see from one perspective and you do not want to see from different perspective. You are not interested to see. So if you are a follower of ideology, then you are having a closed system of thought. And all ideological person, they claim monopoly over the truth. They refuses to tolerate the opposing ideas and rival belief. Right? And ideology are abstract. So this is the first characteristic of ideology. What is that first? That ideology is a closed system of closed system of thought, which claims monopoly of truth and refuses to tolerate opposing ideas and rival belief. So this is the first characteristic of ideology. The second characteristic of ideology is that ideology are abstract system of thought that distrust the political reality because they claim to explain what is frankly incomprehensible. That means every ideology is a kind of abstraction. What they claim that is concrete or definite, it is actually their false consciousness. Why? Because ସେମାନେ जोंटा claim କରୁଛନ୍ତି कि जिनसटा एया, now they want to give a certain understanding to the uncertainty. So reality is uncertain, reality is incomprehensible. If reality is uncertain, incomprehensible, if you are having a limitation of your understanding, then how come you become so certain in your understanding? How you are saying that I am right and I am only right and you all are wrong, right? Now this is the second characteristic of ideology, right? However, there is inclusive definition of ideology that applies to all ideology. And what are the common characteristic of all ideology? Now that ideology is not about good or bad. So ideology is neither good nor bad. So both good and bad, that is mingled in each and every ideology. Ideology is not about true or false. It is just a paradigm, it is just a framework. In all ideology, nothing is 100% truth and nothing is 100% false. And all ideologies are not either liberating or oppressive. In each ideology, you will find certain features relating to liberation and certain features which are oppressive. So it is neither good or bad, it is neither true or false, it is neither liberating or oppressive. And ideology is about an action-oriented belief system, an interrelated set of ideas that in some way guides and inspire political action. Means why different ideology? Why all these ideologies are there? Because there is a need of action. There is a need of action. Whether it is society or state, they need certain actions. Now, inaction, any kind of stagnation, that may, abandon society or the state. So, since actions are required for society and the state, these ideologies are always action oriented, right? They always try to guide and inspire people towards political action. If you are part of any political ideology, that means you have to be an activist. Either you will do the mental work or you will do the physical work. And ideology always inspire people to join with it. Ideology always guides people towards that action. Always guides the people towards the action. So both thought and action, these are the two ways or two means of all ideology. So all ideology has a thought process, some intellectual ideologue, and there are some foot soldiers of each and every ideology. They implement all this thought, and they are always action oriented, right? So that is why different people 19th century रे conservatism रे जो लोक माने थिले से आइडियोलॉजी रे जो लोक माने थिले आज केही नाहांती आज पुनी नुआ ब्रीड रो लोक आसी गले people are dying, people are joining, ideology are inspiring people, it is trying to bring people within its own fold. So that's how ideology never dies. How you can say that it may fall, it may rise and fall, it may rise and fall, it may change its color, it never dies. ये केबे भी आइडियोलॉजी खत्म हुए इन 19th century जो सब आइडियोलॉजीज थिला आज भी से सब आइडियोलॉजीज अछि बट तार रंग टिके परिवर्तन हो जाए जोटा कि आमे कहू ओल्ड वाइन इन ए न्यू बोतल सही पुराना जिनस ही अच्छी बट टिके नुआ बोतल अच्छी right. So this is your meaning of ideology, meaning and characteristic or nature of ideology. So any questions on this meaning and nature of political ideology? If you have any question, you can ask. Any question? Okay. Now, let's discuss what are the various types of political ideology, right? Broadly, there are two types of political ideology. So one is the classical ideological tradition, and second is the other ideological tradition. And this classical ideological tradition has been divided into three categories: liberalism, conservatism, and socialism. Again, liberalism is divided into two categories. One is the classical liberalism, then modern liberalism. Conservatism, it is divided into two categories. One is the paternalistic conservatism, another is the new right theory. Socialism, it is divided into two categories: Marxism, social democracy. And this Marxism, again, it is categorized into two categories, that is the classical Marxism and orthodox Marxism. So there are classification within this classification, right? Classification within this classification. Now all these things constitutes the classical ideological tradition, right? And you may find two categories in the other ideological tradition. And what are those two categories? One is the Western ideological tradition, another is the non-Western ideological tradition. In the Western ideological tradition, various ideologies are anarchism, feminism, green politics, cosmopolitanism. And the non-Western ideological tradition, you can find ideologies like post-colonialism, religious fundamentalism, Asian values, and beyond dualism. These are various non-Western ideological traditions. All right. Now let's come to the first, that classical ideological tradition. And as I mentioned, that classical ideological tradition consists of three ideology: liberalism, conservatism, and socialism. Now let us first deal with the liberalism. Now, have you heard this term liberalism? How many of you have heard the term liberalism? Anyone? No? No one?
तार ଶୁଣିଛୁ ଏଇଟା
कौन ता माने कौन लिबरलिज्म रो माने कौन? कौन माने कौन लिबरलिज्म? Every ism is a kind of doctrine, a kind of paradigm, intellectual framework. Liberalism,
sir.
Yes.
I can say.
Yeah.
One who is open-minded, sir.
One who is open-minded, then he is a liberal. Yes, to some extent it is right. And
sir, not strict in the observance, not strict. Likewise, sir.
Yes, I got it. But can we say that, or can you identify a person who is not liberal?
Sir, every man has some liberal things, sir.
Yes, yes. So we all are trapped by, liberalism.
Sir.
Though
Thank
we all have certain illiberal features. That open-mindedness. So that, what is that open-mindedness? See, the way, Ashok Kumar Jena is participating, if you participate, then, things will come very clearly, right? So what is that open-mindedness?
Sir, that means, sir, broad-mindedness, the synonym word also.
Broad-mindedness.
Sir.
Are you saying that accepting everything is a open-mindedness?
Yes, sir, in every case it will not possible.
So basically what you are saying, that broad mind or open-mindedness means basically you are not conservative to yourself, and you can go beyond your ego, and you have the attitude to correct yourself if you are wrong, right? And there are people, they and they don't want to surrender themselves. So even if they know that they are wrong, but still then they don't accept it. And for it is because of that, many act of omission and act of commissions, it is faced by the society, family, or various member of a family. So in that sense we can say that that person is not liberal, he is illiberal. But then liberalism has its own disadvantages. So I'm happy that the person who is not belonging to political science, he is trying to give some sense to this political concept, and I'm very much unhappy that those who are political science students, even if they are doing in private self, but still then political science, Aristotle, I think Ashok, you
Sir,
told that you belong to zoology or botany subject. Are you
zoology, sir.
zoology? So you must probably know Aristotle, and Aristotle is considered as the father of political science and father of biology,
Sir,
right?
sir.
So maybe in that sense, Ashok has a point that if the Aristotle can be father of both the subject, then why not Ashok can understand the political concept? But to understand the political concept, you should have certain kind of rational faculty of mind, and you all are philosopher, you all have certain philosophy within you, but the point is that you have to identify that philosopher within you. And I always say that no answer is correct or no answer is wrong, right? So every answer is right and wrong in its own context. And I always encourage my student to be very fearless and to say whatever they know, right? So it is all about, you must know that what you know, either that is correct or that is incorrect, and my job is to lead you from knowing to unknowing, and from unknowing to knowing. So this is the job of a university teacher. That's basically we will introduce with this certainty that what is not comprehensible, at least you can say that something is incomprehensible, right? Something which cannot be comprehensible. So it is all about knowing right in the wrong and the wrong in the right, right? So what is this liberalism, and from where this liberalism it emerged? Now ideology. Now what is liberalism? We can say that liberalism is an ideology of industrial waste. Industrial waste ru hi ideology asila, and it is capable of embracing broad range of rival beliefs and values. That means we all are liberals. We all are liberals. For example, take the Congress party in the post-independence period, Congress party. Now, जेतिकी पार्टीज तुम एबे पार्लियामेंट रे देखुछ ए सबु पार्टी कांग्रेस पार्टी नहीं सबु थिले. नाउ कांग्रेस पार्टी लिबरल वैल्यूज द्वारा गाइडेड होतिला जोंति पाई कि ए राइवल बिलीफ वैल्यूज जोंटा आज आमे देखुचे केते ताको भितरे केते मतांतर अछि मनांतर अछि. नाउ ऑल दिस राइवल वैल्यूज एंड बिलीफ that can come together within the Congress party because Congress party was following the liberal values. Now liberalism has that capability to embrace समस्त को जाबुड़ी के धरिबा to embrace all rival values and beliefs. Now it has developed, this liberalism has developed gradually during previous 300 years, and in its earliest form it was a political doctrine as reflected in the work of John Locke, the contractualist John Locke, who attacked absolutism and feudal privileges and advocated for constitutional and representative government. Now it was John Locke in his work two treatise on government, he popularized this term ideology. He gave a deeper meaning to the concept of ideology. It is he who attacked the absolutism and feudal privileges. So one can say that John Locke is the father of liberalism. And by early 19th century, liberalism spilled over to economic, and the concept like laissez-faire theory that emerged. What is laissez-faire theory? Dipti, do you know what is laissez-faire theory?
सर मोने नहीं सर.
Have you heard about it?
Sir?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, Nilanchala.
Yes, may I say something, sir?
Yeah, of course.
Yes. Laissez-faire theory means, sir, let the individual live alone.
No,
Sir?
let the individual free.
Yes, sir,
Let
live
the
alone. Individual be free.
So thank you. So
Sir.
now you can mute yourself. Okay.
Sir.
So laissez-faire means let the individual free. Free for what? Why the individual will be free? It means now the free individual can do anything and everything and state will not intervene. If the state will intervene, then Ambani, Adani, Tata, Birla, they cannot be what they are today. Every individual is free. Every individual is free in the sense the state will not have any control over them, so that they will grow, they will develop. Now this laissez-faire theory, it began as a political concept, that unbound freedom जोटा हमें को unbound, आर कौन सी लिमिटेशन नहीं फ्रीडम रे. Now this laissez-faire theory, it emerged as a political, or it started as a political value, but it ended as a economic value. It is because of this, laissez-faire theory, industrialization, it took a very strong root across the world, let the individual free. It is because of this theory, rich people, they become more richer, and poor people, they become poorer. जहाँ पाखरे वेल्थ रहिला ता पाखरे सब जिनस रहिला तो से ग्रो कला, स्टेट ताको इंटरवेंशन करि पारला नहीं, बिकॉज it is laissez-faire, let the individual free wala theory. Now from the late 19th century, social liberalism emerged, which favored welfare reform and economic intervention. जोंटा कि आमे कहि परिबा कोन ना पॉजिटिव लिबरलिज्म। म आरंभरु कहितले दैट लिबरलिज्म को दि भाग रे विभक्त करा जिवो, क्लासिकल लिबरलिज्म एंड मॉडर्न लिबरलिज्म। ना आमे कहि परिबा क्लासिकल लिबरलिज्म इज नेगेटिव लिबरलिज्म and modern liberalism is positive liberalism. In positive liberalism, state intervention करि परिबो काहेकि ना to create a welfare society, to create a balanced society. Now more question तमन को the classical लो कोन, classical लो कौन सी intervention हबो नहीं, कौन सी इंटरवेंशन हेबो नहीं, the state cannot interfere, individual is absolutely free. This is classical liberalism. Modern liberalism में कौन होची ना the state can intervene. Why the state is intervening? Now it is to create a balanced society. Now due to this classical liberalism, the society gradually it became unbalanced. Rich were becoming richer, poor were becoming poorer. There is gap between the rich and the poor. Now in an unbalanced society, individual cannot exercise his or her freedom, especially the poor individual. The poor individual cannot exercise his or her freedom. He cannot develop his inner potential. He cannot contribute towards the society, towards the political system in an unbalanced society. Now to convert this unbalanced society into a balanced society, modern liberalism emerged. ताको तुमे अन्य भाषा रे भी कहि परिबो कोन ना पॉजिटिव लिबरलिज्म कहि परिबो बा ताको सोशल लिबरलिज्म कहि परिबो। से कहा ऊपर गुरुत्व देला ना से दीटा जिंस ऊपर गुरुत्व देला, से दीटा जाक जिंस परस्पर प्रति जड़ित, वेरी क्लोजली रिलेटेड। कहा ऊपर ना वेलफेयर रिफॉर्म and economic intervention. The state should intervene in the life of the individual, but it will be for the individual, for the happiness of the individual, for the betterment of the society. Now मु एटी टिके पोज नउची आ तुमको गोटे प्रश्न मु पचारुची जे कोन लिबरलिज्म ता भलो, क्लासिकल लिबरलिज्म भलो ना मॉडर्न लिबरलिज्म भलो? दिस इज ऑल अबाउट अंडरस्टैंडिंग द कॉन्सेप्ट। आमे जहाँ भी किछि बही रे पढुछु ना, दैट इज नॉलेज इज देयर इन द प्रैक्टिकल विजडम, जोंटा तुमरो दैनंदिन जीवन रे तुमे जो सब जिनस को इंटराक्ट करूच सेठी ही नॉलेज अच्छी बही रे कौन हुए बा इंटेलेक्चुअल माने कौन करती ना सेउटू ही नॉलेज को डिराइव करके बही रे लिखि दियंती आ तुमे बही पढ़ी के टिके डरी जाओ अरे आम ये कथा तो बुझी पारुने जदि तुमे टिके माइंडफुली बहीटा को पढ़िबो तबे तुमे जानिबा को पाइबो कि जहाँ किछि बही रे लेखा अछि से सब जिनस त हम प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ रे होउची that is there. So in that sense, knowledge is there in the practical wisdom. बैंक रे जिमती कहती know your customer, सेमती knowledge भी डिमांड करे know yourself, know your existence, know your father, know your mother, know yourself, know your family, know your society, know your political system. Now मते कुह क्लासिकल लिबरालिज्म भला ना मॉडर्न लिबरालिज्म भला
Hello.
yes Nilanchola
Yes, sir. I think modern liberalism is more better than classical liberalism, sir.
modern
Hello.
liberalism is better
Because in modern liberalism, sir, all section or all type of people can develop their potentiality, sir.
so I also hope so ठीक है unmute कर दिया
Yes, sir.
sorry mute कर दिया हूँ unmute कर I also think so. For me the logic is very simple. Society is far more important than the individual. The whole is more important than the part. If the whole is not in a balanced state of a balanced state, the part cannot maintain a balanced attitude. So since whole is more important than the part, hence for balanced society, state intervention, it is a jaiz, Hindi रे ताको कहते not najaiz, it is a jaiz, it is required, it should be, state intervention should be. So I agree with Nilanchal that positive liberalism is not only beneficial for the powerless or have not class, this is also beneficial for have class, capitalist class, bourgeois class. दी प्रकार रो ब्रॉडली तमे क्लास कर परिबो गोटेला हैव क्लास गोटेला हैव नॉट क्लास राइट ना प्रत्येक हैव नॉट क्लास सदा बेले चाहिबे पॉजिटिव लिबरलिज्म हो गोटे बैलेंस सोसाइटी गोटे क्रिएट हो किंतु जति की कैपिटलिस्ट क्लास रहिले बुर्जुआ क्लास रहिले हैव क्लास रहिले सेमाने कोन कदापि चाहिबे गोटे बैलेंस सोसाइटी हो तांकर तो लाभ रहितिबो if there will not any kind of intervention, they can develop, they can grow, they can economically prosper, they can purchase land or property in England. But I am saying that a balanced society is also beneficial for the capitalist class and bourgeois class. Now tell me, am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? Dipti?
Right, sir.
ना दीप्ति मो कथा माने सुना जाउची ठीक से सुना जाउची
हां सर
मो जो कथा कहूची सेटा से आइडियाटा क्लियरली आसुची ना टिके प्रॉब्लम रही जाउची
नाइ सर बुझी होउची
बुझी होउची मो वर्तमान कहिले गोटे बैलेंस सोसाइटी जनरली गोटे हैव नॉट क्लास सदा बेले चाहिबो
हां सर
किंतु गोटे हैव क्लास पाई भी गोटे बैलेंस सोसाइटी दरकार एई उपरे तम मानकर मत कौन? सपोज तुम्हें हो सबू बुर्जुआ तुम तुम मान भितर मु सपोज तुमको किछि घंटा पाई मु तुमको टाटा बिरला अंबानी आदानी सब बनै देली मु तुम मान पाखरे क्रोर्स ऑफ मनी अछि तो तुम्हें चाहिबो गुटे बैलेंस सोसाइटी तयारी हो बोली चाहिबो ना चाहिबोनी? एनीवन? अशोक?
सर नहीं चाहिए कौन पाई कि सर अदर पीपल हमको ओवरटेक कर पड़ांतु से केही भी चाहिए नहीं से सर भावुची बोधे
हाँ मु तो कहली माने मु तो कहूची कि माने गोटे बैलेंस सोसाइटी गोटे बुर्जुआ क्लास गोटे प्रॉपर्टी ओनिंग क्लास पाई भी बहुत दरकार एटा होची मोर पोजीशन एंड यू आर सेइंग जस्ट अपोजिट टू इट जैसे कदापि भी चाहिबोनी मोर क्वेश्चन होची से काहे की चाहिबोनी समस्त जानि परिबे कारण इट इज ऑल अबाउट कंपटीशन तो समस्त चाहती मु ग्रो करिवे समस्त ठारू ऊपर मु रहिबे बैलेंस हो गले मु काहे की माने एते परिश्रम कौन पाई करिबी एते परिश्रम करिके काहे की मु समस्त सहित समान नहीं रही जे अधिका परिश्रम करिवो से टॉप को जीवो जे कम परिश्रम करिवे से बॉटम को आसीबो तेणु एटा बुझा पड़ुची कि गोटे बुर्जुआ सोसाइटी काहे की गोटे बैलेंस सोसाइटी चाहिबोनी किंतु मु ता ऑपोजिट कहूची कि बुर्जुआ सोसाइटी पाई भी गोटे बैलेंस सोसाइटी दरकार काहे की बुर्जुआ सोसाइटी गोटे बैलेंस सोसाइटी को चाहिबो दैट इज द क्वेश्चन एनीवन? मिस प्रधान तुम ना कौन? मिस प्रधान आर यू देयर?
प्रभा
तुम ना कौन?
क्षण प्रभा
अच्छा क्षण क्षण प्रभा राइट ना क्षण प्रभा तुम्हें मते कुह for the simple reason is that in a balanced society people can develop their inner potential and people become more capable and when people become more capable then the industrialist the have class they can use their capability for further production. You got my point?
yes sir
You got my point? Yes. So it is all about the capability of an individual. गोटे अनबालांस सोसाइटी रे इंडिविजुअल कैपेबिलिटी केबे डेवलप हबोनी आ बुर्जुआ माने इनकेपेबल लोकों को नहीं कि केते प्रोड्यूस करिवे तेणु बुर्जुआ सोसाइटी भी चाहूची इंडिविजुअल कैपेबिलिटी बढ़ू ताकि सेही कैपेबिलिटी को सेमाने इस्तेमाल सेमाने व्यवहार करि परिबे आ ग्रेटर प्रोडक्शन सेमाने आनी परिबे तेणु बुर्जुआ सोसाइटी चाहिबो कि तार एम्प्लॉय माने गरीब हो जातु ना से भी चाहिए ता एम्प्लॉय माने मोर कैपेबल होतु कंपनी रो अर्निंग आहुरी बढ़ू प्रोडक्शन आहुरी बढ़ू मार्केटिंग आहुरी बढ़ू ठीक है म्यूट कर दिया नीलांचल थैंक यू
सर मैं say something sir
यस
hello
यस
sir nowadays industrialists are now wanting more and more mechanization sir so the proletariat class are not employed most of the industry so I think
I completely agree
sir
तुम म्यूट करा मु कहू
yes sir.
so नीलांचल एक्चुअली बढ़िया पॉइंट आला and I'm thankful that you should always think about your present condition, that जे एबे जेतिकी मेकानाइजेशन होची मेसिन माने आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस आसी गलानी राइट तो ता द्वारा कौन होची ना ह्यूमन माने आउ काम पाउना सो दे आर नॉट गेटिंग लेबर क्लास they will be victimized. Now this is the complexity of modern world. But again जो ट्रेडिशनल वर्क जो लेबर माने जहाँ किसी करुले बर्तमान से ट्रेडिशनल काम तांको न मिल पारे बट some other kinds of job it will come and it will emerge, definitely it will emerge. But still then this artificial intelligence, there is a debate that whether we will go for artificial intelligence or not, right? There are groups that are supporting artificial intelligence, and you can call them, these are the neoliberal group. So they talk about the artificial intelligence, but then this artificial intelligence again it will create again unbalanced society, right? So you can say that this modern liberalism, prathame classical liberalism asila, then modern liberalism asila, gote balance society kotha kaiba start kala. But modern liberalism re jetale social justice, there are various equality, social justice, jetale modern liberalism ei kotha kahiba arambha kala, then industrialist they were become very unhappy, and right now they are supporting artificial intelligence, right? The machine will do everything instead of human being. So that challenges is there before us, and right now intellectuals they are also feeling helpless how to stop this mechanization, right? But that is a different aspect. That is, you are talking about 21st century, but here I am talking about 19th century, right? In 19th century, why the bourgeois class, the Heb class, they supported the positive liberalism or modern liberalism or social liberalism, for the simple reason is that in a balanced society the capability of individual can be developed, and they can use the better capability of that individual to develop and to economically grow, right? Now what are the key ideas of liberalism? There are 7 key ideas of liberalism. One is the individualism, right? What does it mean? That liberalism believes in individualism. What is that individualism? Now individuals are supreme than any group. So liberalism talks about individual, not about the group. Individual, the part is more important than the whole, right? But you can say that these are the key ideas of classical liberalism. But for modern liberalism, the whole is more important than the part, but part is not unimportant than the whole. This is very crucial, students, you please understand. The whole is important than the part, but part is not unimportant than the whole. This is modern liberalism. Say classical ho ki say modern ho, but they always prioritize individual over the group, right? And to them, all individuals are equal in moral worth, all possesses separate unique identities. So the goal is to create a society where individual will flourish, right? So you have to you have to have faith on individual. You have to, and why you should have faith over the individual? Because individuals do have moral quality, do have virtue, do have wisdom, so they are capable enough to solve their own problem. They are capable to create a good society. They can do what is what is better for them. So this is the understanding of individualism as a feature of liberalism. And the second feature of liberalism is that it is the freedom, right? Now individual must be believed, as I mentioned, and they must act according to their choices. Now individual, since individual has wisdom, has virtue, individual exactly know what is right and what is wrong. Hence individuals should be given freedom to live or do according to their choices. Now individuals' freedom must be consistent with a like liberty of all. It means that I am absolutely free, but my freedom should not infringe the other's freedom. ताको आमे popular language रे कौन कहू, I have right to swing my hand until and unless it touches your nose. Until and unless it touches your nose. मो लिबर्टी रो लक्ष्मण रेखा कोउठी, जोठी तुम लिबर्टी आरंभ होउची सेते पर्यंत मो लिबर्टी रो लक्ष्मण रेखा. राइट नाउ मु तुमको टिके छोटिया प्रश्नटे गोटे पचारुछि, जदि मो लिबर्टी रो परिसीमा तुम मो लिबर्टी रो लक्ष्मण रेखा तुम लिबर्टी रो परिसीमा पाखरे सरी जाउची, तेबे can I say that I am free? जदि मो लिबर्टी रो लक्ष्मण रेखा तुम लिबर्टी रो परिसीमा पाखरे सरी जाउची, then can I say that I have freedom?
No, sir.
Why no, Dipti?
Sir, freedom ଆସିଲାନି ସେଇଟା, ଯଦି ମୋ ସେମିତି ହେଲା ତ ନାହିଁ ହେଲା.
ସେମିତି ହେଲା ତ ନାହିଁ ହେଲା. Any other person? Ashok, what do you think?
Sir, in this case, liberty is squeezed. It is end with the circumference.
तामाने तुम्हें कहूछ, then if in this context I am not free, so are you saying that my freedom should not have any limitation? That means whatever I want I can do. If such thing, if every individual will behave accordingly or according to this principle that there is no limitation, then it may create an anarchical society. It will be a kind of Hobbesian state of nature, Dipti. It will be a war of all against all. That means I have the power. I can do whatever I want to do with you because I am powerful than you. But the opposite is not, or opposite, that you cannot do anything with me because you are powerless than me. So it is just like जदि आमे गोटे बाइक चलाउचे, बाइक रे जदि ब्रेक नाही तमे से बाइक चलेबो, चलेबोनी. So every freedom, when we talk about freedom,
limitation is must be.
Yes,
Limitation is must be, sir.
exactly, that's the point. So more limitation टा कोठी ना जोठी तम फ्रीडम आरंभ होउची सेतिकी पर्यंत मोर फ्रीडम अछि. तेणु आमे जतले फ्रीडम कथा कहू, आमे जतले राइट लिबर्टी कथा कहू सोसाइटी रे, इवन फैमिली भितरे भी, आमे सेते बेले कोन वास्तव रे तार लिमिटेशन कथा चिंता करिथाउ कि आम फ्रीडम रो लिमिटेशन कोटा. आमे जदि एई फ्रीडम टा एन्जॉय करूचु, तेबे हमर एई एन्जॉयमेंट रे को माने विक्टिमाइज हे जाउचंती, कारण इंडिविजुअल्स आर वेरी मच कनेक्टेड विथ वन अनदर, living in a society. You are connected with your father, with your relatives, with your children, with your friends, with your fellows, with your peers. and out of that interrelated, basically you are related, you are not unrelated. If individuals are unrelated with each other, then my action will not affect your action or your thought. But it is not so. In a society, we all are connectedly related with one another. Hence, my enjoyment of right may bring either happiness or unhappiness within you. So before I exercise my freedom or right, I should be double conscious that what is the limitation of my freedom. I should not enjoy my freedom at the cost of others. My enjoyment should not victimize others. Now, knowing the limitation while enjoying your freedom is all about positive liberty. So there is negative liberty, there is positive liberty. What is negative liberty? जोटा मु कहली ब्रेकलेस गाड़ी, गोटे गाड़ी रो ब्रेक ही नहीं, that is breakless. जदि गाड़ी रो ब्रेक अच्छी, if you are thinking about the limitation, then it is a positive liberty. So there is a negative liberty, there is a positive liberty. Negative liberty दीप्ति कौन? Quick.
जार लिमिटेशन नहीं.
हाँ भूल है मा. जहार हाँ ठीक कह जहार लिमिटेशन नहीं, दैट इज ए नेगेटिव लिबर्टी. जहार लिमिटेशन अच्छी, दैट इज ए पॉजिटिव लिबर्टी. बर्तमान मु तुमको प्रश्न पचार, तुम लाइफ रे आज पर्यंत तुम्हें जहाँ भी किसी लिबर्टी एंजॉय करिछ, तमे ताको पॉजिटिव लिबर्टी हिसाब रे एंजॉय करिछ ना नेगेटिव लिबर्टी हिसाब रे एंजॉय करिछ? It is something that you need not to answer me, but you try to realize it, whether my freedom has limitation or not. Have I exercised my freedom within that limitation? Right? So this is freedom. And the third characteristic of liberalism is that reason, that it believes in human reason. Right? That individuals do have reason, do have rationality. They can make wise decisions. They can take wise judgments. There is no need of society, state, Supreme Court, High Court, police. Nothing is required, because individual is capable to solve his or her own problem. He or she has the capacity to resolve their differences through debate and discussion. This is the third characteristic of liberalism. The fourth characteristic of liberalism is that equality. Right? Equality means, now liberalism believes in the foundational equality. That means individuals are born equal and they should have equal right and entitlement. Now look, liberalism talks about equality, but what kind of equality? Now natural equality. What is natural equality or foundational equality? That individuals are born equal. Now it is the surrounding, it is the context, it is the society, it is the system that make individual unequal. So liberalism talks about natural equality, but it do not believe in social equality. Social equality means to make or social equality माने कौन? A society based on equality. Equality that is being constructed by the society. से कहते समस्ते फ्री समस्ते इक्वाल जतले समस्ते जन्म होचन तुम्हें निजे परिश्रम कर निजे आग को बढ़ जी जी परिश्रम कर आग को बढ़ जदि जने परिश्रम करूनी आ जने परिश्रम करुचे ए दुई जन को आम इक्वाल कहीं देखा जदि सोसाइटी इम्बालांस हो जाऊ बट क्वेश्चन आसीज जदि जने अंबानी घरे जन्म नहीं आउ जदि जने रिक्शा वाला घरे जन्म नहीं भितर तो डिफरेन्सेस आसीबो तमे कहि परिबोनी कि दी जन जाक व्हेन दे आर बोर्न इक्वल नो दे आर नॉट बोर्न इक्वल जने गोल्डन स्पून धर के बोर्न है जन्म नहीं आउ जने सिंपली गोटे लुहा चामच सहित जन्म नहीं दैट थिंग इज आल्सो देयर however liberalism in its understanding of equality it accepts natural equality but it doesn't believe in social equality it doesn't believe that society should equalize others should equalize all सही सेंस रे ए जो टैक्सेशन को लिबरल्स माने एमती परसीव करंती दैट यू नो द स्टेट टैक्सेशन करूची किए आम पाखरु टैक्स नौची खजना किए नौची स्टेट नौची ना सेटा को से माने कहउचंती इट इज ए थेफ्ट मनी माने स्टेट आम पाखरु चोरी करी के नै कि गरीब लोक को सब दे दोची because they don't believe in social equality and they believe in equality of opportunity ना प्रत्येक मनुष्य को इक्वल अपॉर्चुनिटी दिया जीवो समान एजुकेशन दिया जीवो समान पढ़ा पढ़ा सब जिनस समान दिया जीवो रिजर्वेशन रहिबोनी तेणु लिबराल्स माने रिजर्वेशन के सपोर्ट करती बट जन को पाखे एजुकेशन नहीं एजुकेशन दिया गला सब दिया जीवो ट्रेनिंग दिया जीवो बट अगेन क्वेश्चन एराइज कर समस्त कौन गोटे पॉइंट रु दौड़ुचंती कि नहीं तो इफ यू तुम जदि आरक्षण मूवी देखिच then you can remember the dialogue by Saif Ali Khan. In that movie, he acted as a Dalit boy, right? से सही कथा कही से मूवी रे कि मते भी समान पॉइंट रु समस्त सहित दौड़िबा पई सुजोग दियो मु आगे छी एटा भी सत्य समस्ते समान पॉइंट रु दौड़ू नाहंती तेणु इक्वालिटी ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटी इज इट फिजिबल आई एम थ्रोइंग दिस क्वेश्चन टू ऑल ऑफ यू आम कहे इक्वालिटी ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटी समस्त को अपॉर्चुनिटी दिया गला इक्वाली समस्ते कौन इक्वालिटी ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटी को यूज करिके गोटे इक्वल सोसाइटी क्रिएट कर परिबे नो सम आर कैपेबल सम आर लेस कैपेबल सम आर मोर कैपेबल समस्ते गोटे पॉइंट रु स्टार्ट करू ना रनिंग however liberalism believe that equal opportunity can or equal opportunity should be given but social equality is a myth. Social equality is a myth, but equal opportunity can be given. And why this equal opportunity will be given? Now it is given because equal chance to realize unequal potential. Equal chance to realize unequal potential. That means we must realize that I am less potential or I am more potential. That's why this equal opportunity, that right will be given to individual. Hence, liberalism believes in meritocracy. तमाने तुम्हें जाना तम पाखरे लेस कैपेबिलिटी अच्छी मो पाखरे मोर कैपेबिलिटी अच्छी सेथि पई मु एठी अछि तुमे सेठी अछि Now liberalism talks about that, or in other words we can say that liberalism talks about meritocracy. So it started with natural equality and ended with meritocracy. Then the fifth feature of liberalism is that toleration. Toleration. ଯେମିତି କି ଆମର ଆସିଥିଲା ଗୋଟେ ଇନଟଲରେନ୍ସ ମାନେ ଇନଟଲରେशन କିଛି ବର୍ଷ ପୂର୍ବରୁ ଇନଟଲରେशन ଶବ୍ଦଟା it was dominating the Indian media or Indian politics. People were, they were using this term frequently. Intolerating means not tolerating a person. So what is toleration? Now it means it believe in allowing others to think, speak, act in which way they like. That means you are free to think, you are free to speak, you are free to act. If you believe so, then you have the characteristic of toleration in your personality. For example, suppose ମୁଁ beef होचु गो मांस. Suppose ମୁଁ beef खाऊ नाही, अन्य मोर सांग माने beef खाउचंती, मोर मो सांग मान को प्रति भावना कौन हवा उचित? मैं प्रश्न तुमको पचार. सपोज मु गो मांस खाऊनी, मोर सांग माने गो मांस खाउचंती, मोर मो सांग मान को प्रति कौ प्रकार भावना हवा उचित? पॉजिटिव भावना उचित ना नेगेटिव भावना हवा उचित? दीप्ति, are you there?
I think yes sir. I think situation उपरे मैटर करिवो सर.
नहीं प्रश्न होची मोर पॉजिटिव तांका प्रति एटीट्यूड रहिबो ना नेगेटिव एटीट्यूड रे? मु बीफ खाउनी, से माने बीफ खाउचंती,
बट बीफ रे आई थिंक नेगेटिव एका.
beef and negative. But if you are having a negative perspective on your friends, on this context or in this context, then you are having a intolerant behavior. Intolerant behavior means जोंटा तुमे करूना सेटा तुमे चाहोना अन्य माने भी न करो. That is intolerant behavior, and most of the Indians are intolerant. जदि आमे जति की टॉलरेंट, आमे जति की सहनशीलता, आमे जति की टॉलरेंट निजको प्रोजेक्ट करू, आमे सेति की टॉलरेंट नुह. That is a fact. That is, see, in academics रे दीटा जिनस ऊपर academics माने स्तंभीभूत हवा कथा. One is the truth, another is the honesty. And the truth and honesty speaks that we are all hypocrite. We are all hypocrite. Okay, आमे आसीबे एपट को आसीबा. जे जदि मोर नेगेटिव भावना आसुची, then I am having a intolerant characteristic in my personality. जोटा मु करूने सेटा मु चाहूची अन्य माने भी न करती. जदि से माने सेटा करूचंती, then मो भितरे तांको प्रति राग पळै आसुची. That is intoleration. Now what is toleration? Now toleration is just opposite to it. That means, okay, मते भल लागिलानी, मु खाइलिनी, किंतु जदि जनको भल लागुची खाइबा पई से तर खाऊ. So I will not take beef, but I will accept the freedom of food of others. अन्य मानकर जो फ्रीडम ऑफ फूड अच्छी, किए माछ खाऊची, किए अंडाटे खाऊची, किए माछटे खाऊची, किए बीफटे खाऊची, जदि से सेटा खाई पड़चे, मु तार राइट टू फूड को एक्सेप्ट कर देबी. बट मु खाइबिनी. मु तो राइट को एक्सेप्ट करची, तू मो राइट को एक्सेप्ट कर. I have right not to take beef, but you have right to take the beef. Now this accepting each others is nothing but a kind of toleration. That means you allow others to think, speak and act. Even if you don't think, even if you don't speak, even if you don't act, but still then you respect and accept others thinking, others speaking, and others acting. Now it gives guarantee to individuals' liberty to establish, it gives guarantee to individual liberty and establish pluralism. That means समस्त जदि मो भाया बिहेव करिए, मो भाया चिंता करेंगे, एट तो डाइवर्सिटी आसबनी, एट तो प्लुरालिज्म आसबनी. जदि प्लुरालिज्म आसुनी, जदि डाइवर्सिटी आसुनी, तेबे आम भितर कौन सी डिबेट डिस्कशन एटा हेई परिबनी. जते डाइवर्स हबो, जते प्लुराल हबो, सेते डिबेट डिस्कशन पॉसिबल हबो. और जते डिबेट डिस्कशन पॉसिबल हबो, सेते इंटेलेक्चुअलाइजेशन भी पॉसिबल हबो. राइट. तेणु आम भितरे डाइवर्सिटी रहिबा कथा, आम भितरे डाइवर्स थिंकिंग, स्पीकिंग आउ एक्शन प्रति आम भितरे गोटे एक्सेप्टेबिलिटी रहिबा कथा. ता द्वारा आम भितरे गोटे इंटेलेक्चुअलाइजेशन डेवलप हेई थाए. एंड ए इंटेलेक्चुअलाइजेशन कैन ब्रिंग the harmony between the rival beliefs. आम भितरे इंटेलेक्चुअलाइजेशन थरे जतबेले हेई जाए, सेतबेले आमे परस्पर विपरीत विचारधारा रे थिबा सत्वे भी आमे परस्पर को ग्रहण करि पारू. वी कैन हैव बेटर रिलेशनशिप. एंड लिबरलिज्म कौन कहूची ना, पृथ्वी रे एमिति कौनसी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट नहीं जो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट को रिकनसाइल करी हेबो नाही. दैट मीन्स सबो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट को रिकनसाइल करी हबो, समाधान करी हबो. केमिति करी हबो ना, इट इज थ्रू डिस्कशन, डिबेट, डायलॉग एंड इंटेलेक्चुअलाइजेशन. नाउ दिस इज the fifth feature of liberalism. And the sixth feature of liberalism is that it is consent. Consent. So consent means basically it is willingness for an agreement. Willingness or agreement. Now authority and social relationship must be based on consent. Whether it is society, whether it is family, whether it is authority or public institution, all these things has come or emerged due to the consent of the individual. But that concept, that consent may be active consent or that consent is a tacit consent. तुम फैमिली मान करे, जदि तुम बापा माने तुम तो बहुत आई मीन के टीचर अच्छा ऑलरेडी यू आर ग्रोन अप, राइट. जदि गोटे स्टैंडर्ड पीजी स्टूडेंट को नबा, गोटे पीजी स्टूडेंट रो घरे जनरली ता बापा मुरबी था ना. घरर मुरबी प्रति जो समस्तंकर गोटे विलिंगनेस थाए ताको मान्यते, से मानिबार आधार कौन था ना, से मानिबार आधार आम कंसेंट ही था. कंसेंट माने तमे कहबा मु कोठी सिग्नेचर देछि ताको मानिबा पई, यस कोठी सिग्नेचर देइनो, किंतु देयर इज ए टैसिट कंसेंट. देयर इज ए टैसिट कंसेंट. Tacit consent कौन ना, unwritten consent. And it is because of your consent the authority has become the authority. निजे देखा स्टेट रो कंसेंट पई स्टेट सॉरी सोसाइटी इंडिविजुअल रो कंसेंट रे सोसाइटी आसिला, सोसाइटी रो कंसेंट रे स्टेट आसिला, स्टेट मते अपॉइंटमेंट देला, मो यूनिवर्सिटी प्रोफेसर टे हेली असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर टे हेली तो अल्टीमेटली तमे माने मते रेस्पेक्ट दबा आरंभ कल कहीं के रेस्पेक्ट मिलुची मते बिकॉज इनडायरेक्टली I am on this chair because of your consent indirectly तमे स्टेट को देला स्टेट यूनिवर्सिटी को देला यूनिवर्सिटी मते देला तेणु कौंठी ना कौंठी I am an assistant professor because of your consent, right? So whether it is the society or state रे कहले आमे कहि परिबा it is rational legal authority, society रे कहि परिबा it is charismatic authority or traditional authority. Now all these authorities are based on one or other kind of consent. So the next feature of liberalism is the constitutionalism. So what is constitutionalism? It means it is a limited government. Liberalism argues in favor of fragmentation of government power and creation of check and balance system. For that, means to fragment and to fragment the government power and to create the check and balance system. Liberalism talks about the establishment of a codified or written constitution. तेणु constitutionalism रे आमे कोन देखिलु दि तीनटा फीचर्स आमे देखुछु limited government, that government is based which governs माने minimum government maximum governance, minimum government maximum governance. Minimum government means it will be importance will be given on more responsibility than authority. That is limited government, right? Then constitutionalism means fragmentation of government power. Again, it means creation of check and balance system. Again, it means codified and written constitutions. Again, it means giving some fundamental rights. Again, it means defining the relationship between the state and the individual. Now, all these things, it delimits the authority. It gives freedom to individual and it delimits the authority. It put pressure on the authority to realize his responsibility. So that's why it is a limited government or constitutionalism. So a government which is based on constitutionalism is a best government. For the simple reason is that minimum government and maximum governance. So I think I'll continue kariba na it stop kariba.
It is a stop kariba.
It is stop kariba.
Sir.
Now tell me what is your experience about this class?
सर क्लास बहुत भल होची सर बुझी भी होची भल रे किछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं सर सर के खाली प्रॉब्लम एथिक सर को ऑथर को हम फॉलो करबो कोन से गोडा सर
Oh, that is something, you know, I don't think it is relevant. I mean, you take any book, any read, see this conceptual clarity is the first. So if you understand the concept, at least at your practical wisdom level, जेमति कि मो किछि एग्जांपल तम मन को दोछि, then you read any book, you can understand it. The clarity is very important, then understanding becomes very easy. Dipti, what is your experience?
ସାର୍ ବୁଝି ହଉଛି ସାର୍।
ବୁଝି ହଉଛି କିଛି
Class
କ୍ଲାରିଟି
ଭଲ
ଆସୁଛି?
ହଁ ସାର୍ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ଭଲ ଥିଲା।
ନୀଳାଞ୍ଚଳ
ହଁ ସାର୍ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ଭଲ ଅଛି ସାର୍ ଅନ୍ୟ ବହୁତ ବୁଝି ହଉଛି ପୁରା ଫୁଲ୍ କ୍ଲାରିଟି କନସେପ୍ଟ ପୁରା ବୁଝି ହଉଛି ସାର୍ ହେଲେ ଅନ୍ୟ
Concept-
ଦିନ ମାନଙ୍କର ନ ଫେର ଆର ଗୋଟେ ଘଣ୍ଟା ଟିକେ ଟାଇମ୍ ଦେଲେ ଭଲ ହେତା ସାର୍ ସଣ୍ଡେ କେ ଛାଡ଼ିକିନା
ତ ତୁମେ ଗୋଟେ କାମ କର, ତୁମେ ତୁମର କୋଅର୍ଡିନେଟରଙ୍କୁ କୁହ,
ଆଜ୍ଞା
କୋଅର୍ଡିନେଟରଙ୍କୁ କୁହ କି if you want more classes
ଆଜ୍ଞା
then I can take, no problem, because there are many things that I need to tell you
ଆଜ୍ଞା
and ଏତେ quickly ସବୁ ଜିନିଷ କହିହବନି। If there
ଆଜ୍ଞା
is no understanding from other side, then speaking 2 hours becomes irrelevant. So I need
ଆଜ୍ଞା
time, you talk to your coordinator, and if he would allow, then I will have no problem, we'll continue.
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଟିକେ ଆगे mute କରିଦିଅ।
ହଁ ସାର୍
ଆଚ୍ଛା, କେତେ କେତେ ପିଲା ଆସୁଛନ୍ତି କ୍ଲାସକୁ? ଅନ୍ୟ କ୍ଲାସ ମାନଙ୍କୁ କେତେ ପିଲା ଆସୁଛନ୍ତି?
ସାର୍ ଲାଷ୍ଟ କ୍ଲାସରେ 8 ଜଣ ଥିଲେ, 8 ଜଣ ଥିଲେ ସାର୍।
ଆଉ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରେଂଥ କେତେ? ପିଲାଙ୍କର ଷ୍ଟ୍ରେଂଥ କେତେ?
32 ସାର୍।
32 ରୁ 8 ଜଣ ଆସୁଛନ୍ତି।
ସାର୍
ତାଙ୍କୁ ସାର୍କୁଲେଟ୍ କର, ତ ବେଶୀ ହେଲେ ଆହୁରି ଡିସ୍କସନଟା ଆଉ ଟିକେ ମୋତେ ବି ଭଲ ଲାଗିବ। If there is large audience, then the speaker, he or she feels great, right? So
Sir.
thank you all students. Now I'm stopping the recording.